What's up, guys? As promised, wanted to dive into this really cool topic that somebody messaged me about self-indulgence. It's a question I get a lot from my clients, from people I've trained in the past. Self-indulgence. First of all, what is self-indulgence, right? So, self-indulgence is, in a nutshell, not being able to control either the quantity or the quality. Usually goes hand in hand, quantity and quality of food that you're eating. Usually it comes with vices, things that you snack on, or things that you go to at night. Usually it's at night, where you just, after dinner, it's 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and there's so many stuff around in the house that it's so easy to take a little bit of sweets here, a little bit of chocolate there, a little bit of snacks, or whatever it might be. And it's definitely a problem that a lot of people struggle with. Myself, being in the fitness industry, my metabolism is super fast. So if I have dinner at 7 p.m. and I'm staying up a little bit later than usual, if I'm staying up at like 10 p.m., 9:30 p.m., like I'm hungry again, like I need a snack again. So it's extremely common. A lot of people deal with this stuff, and a lot of people have issues controlling it. One of my big go-tos, and something that's worked extremely well for me and for a lot of people that I recommended it with, is first things first, it starts in the supermarket, right? So it starts in the grocery store. If you don't have it at home, you won't eat it, right? It's that simple. If you don't have it at home, you won't eat it. I don't like to cut people off. I don't like to cut people off cold turkey. I'll never tell a client, or I'll never tell someone, you should stop eating this altogether. Like, just today, zero, no more from today, because it's just not, I want to say not positive way, but it's not a effective way when it comes to making changes in your life, and when it comes to making permanent changes in your life. Permanent changes happens over time, right? Small decisions, consistent decisions over time that lead to really good habits. First things first, as far as self-indulgence goes, it starts in the supermarket, starts in the grocery store, all right? Look for some small substitutes. If your thing is sugar, if you have like sugar cravings at night, maybe lean towards a little more fruit, or a little more something that has natural sugars as opposed to processed sugars. This is something that's worked for me big time. I always, at any given time, there's always oranges, tangerines, blueberries, any type of fruit that has a high sugar, natural sugar quantity in it. That's usually my go-tos. Yes, sugar is sugar. At the end of the day, it's all sugar. It adds up. But there is way more benefits to fructose sugar than processed sugar. And it's not just the sugar that comes along with fruits that you eat as well. It's also, you have a lot of fiber, it's a lot of vitamins and minerals in fruits as well. I don't know anybody that had a diet of a high fruit diet and gained fat. If you know, let me know, but in the history of human beings, I don't know anyone that just ate fruits and vegetables and got fat. It's just impossible. Your body doesn't work that way. Your body doesn't tend to hold, and first of all, nobody's consuming that many fruits, right? You can have a cupcake and have, 50, 60 grams of sugar in it. Or you can have 5 oranges and maybe it's like 25 grams of sugar, if that much, So just, first of all, make small substitutes and small changes in your grocery shopping, right? That'll be my number one go-to, my number one piece of advice when it comes to self-indulgence and overindulging in your food, especially if you're snacking at night. Stock up on your fruits always, and go to town. Whatever favorite fruits you have, like whatever it is, just stock up on it, have it. And if you have, that craving at night, go to town on those things. That'll be your go-to. It's way more healthy than processed sugar, and you have so much more benefits from it as well. So you have, like I said, the minerals and the vitamins that come along with it. All right, so grocery store, find some substitutes, go to your fruits, whatever fruits float your boat, that's going to be your go-to. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to self-indulgence. The second thing, like I said before, baby steps. You want to make small changes in the type of food that you eat before stopping altogether, all right? That falls under the substitutions as well. Just make small changes. You're never going to change your habit from one day to the next. Like I said before, it takes a long time to change your habit. So make small, tiny changes. At night, if you're indulging in, you know, like a pack of cookies or 10 cookies or whatever, try to do like 5 cookies and then some fruit. Do that for a few weeks and then do maybe 2 cookies and then some fruit. And eventually you're going to be down to 1 cookie or maybe no cookies, and the fruits are going to be satisfying enough that you don't need that processed sugar. You don't need the processed stuff, right? Sugar is going to be your main enemy when it comes to your indulgence, right? Sugar and flour, but I would say mostly sugar, because it's scientifically proven that sugar has the same effect on the brain as hardcore drugs do, because it affects the same part of your brain that heroin does and all the other drugs do, because it releases so much of those hormones that make you feel good and make you feel amazing, right? If you're used to having sugar over a long period of time, it's the exact same effect. Your body's going to crave it. Your body's going to crave it to the point where you're probably going to get headaches, you're going to get agitated, you're going to be annoyed if you don't have it, right? You're like a fiend at this point. That takes a while to change as well. If you try to change your body and let your body lean more towards your fructose, your sugars from fruit, it'll slowly start adapting to that and slowly start being satisfied with the sugar from fruit that you're getting. So small changes, take it day by day, take baby steps when it comes to it, and eventually your body will adapt and your body will start accepting your natural sugar, which is way better, as a good source of sugar, and you'll be content and you'll be satisfied with it as well. All right. Another baby step is the time of the day that you're indulging. I know a lot of people, you don't have control over the time of day, because again, usually it's at night, right? And I think Ali, you said that nightly indulgence is your issue as well, and for everybody else and most people it is too, because you're in your comfort zone at night. You're comfortable at night. All day long you're working, you're walking around, you're busy. Yeah, you're hungry, but your mind isn't really on food that much because your mind is distracted with other things of the day. But at night is when you hit your comfort zone. You're on your couch, you're watching TV, you're relaxing. That's when you have all the time in the world and all the bad stuff in the world in your kitchen that you can go to. So your nighttime routine, maybe do a little bit of changing up your nighttime routine, right? Have your dinner. A trick that I used to use when I used to have really big cravings is I would have like a bigger dinner, but I still have my complex carbohydrates. Like I'll have maybe an extra serving of veggies or an extra serving of protein in there. Again, veggies and protein, that's your friend. That's going to be your best friend. No matter how hungry you are, if you have the munchies, or if you want to, indulge on something, get comfortable indulging in like your veggies. I know it doesn't sound appetizing and it doesn't sound amazing, but after a while it will be. With dinner, have an extra serving of protein, or have like half of your dinner, be satisfied with it, and then maybe save your dinner for a couple hours after as well. The next half of your dinner, save it for maybe a couple hours after. And if you do feel like indulging or you feel hungry again, maybe have the second part of it. This is a little more challenging to do if you haven't been doing it for a while. My advice to you would be everything falls into about 4 to 6 week window. Your body, with any type of change that you introduce to your body, takes about 4 to 6 weeks for your body to start adapting and to start accepting that this is the new norm. Right? So don't give up if it's only been a week or 2 weeks and you feel like you haven't been making any big improvements, or you haven't been making any good strives towards being in a better place. Give it a solid 4 to 6 weeks before you start judging anything. If you do the fruits at night instead, or if you have a bigger meal at night, bigger meal but a good meal, a little more protein in there, chicken, fish, steak, whatever, and a little more veggies in there, it should keep you full enough all night long, so you wouldn't feel the need to eat anything more. After dinner, feel free to wash it down with, a big glass of water if you want, so it gives you that sensation of feeling even extra full, but it's not full with bad calories, right? It's just the good calories that you had from dinner and water. That's another trick that a lot of people use for indulging. I know a friend of mine, if he had dinner and he's still hungry, like, he'd drink a big glass of water, and it kind of tricks the body into, thinking you're full, because you are full, your stomach's full. And a lot of times it's not that you're hungry, because when you're hungry, that means your metabolism is super fast, your metabolism already broke down the food and it's ready for more. When you feel like self-indulging, it has nothing to do with if you're hungry or if your stomach is empty or if your stomach is full. It's all here. It's all here. It's all that part of your brain that is used or has been used to years and years of bad habits, of nightly eating, of indulging, of snacking. And there's a saying in fitness as well that says there's no quick fix for a long-term problem. All right, I think that's with everything in life as well. There's no quick fix to a long-term problem. You want to take baby steps. All right, baby steps, small decisions. Give yourself 6 months of really good habits, day after day, night after night. And after 6 months, it will start to get a little bit easier to make the right choices when it comes to things. Don't give up if you're a couple months into it, you're not seeing results, or you're not whatever. Your body takes a while. You have to, this lifestyle, whether it's you want this lifestyle, the look, whether you just want the look, the aesthetics, the body, whether you just want it for vanity, or whether you want it for just your mental health and just the way that you operate. I know myself and a lot of people I know in the fitness industry, this is just how we operate. Like, if we're not firing at 100% on all cylinders, our days are thrown off. Like, everything in our life needs to be at 100% capacity. Our eating needs to be on point, our sleep needs to be on point, our workouts need to be on point, our nutrition needs to be on point. When all those things come together, you feel amazing, like you feel unstoppable. And when one of those things are taken away, one or more of those things are taken away, we feel like shit, to be honest with you. Like, we don't feel great at all. We feel pretty shitty. And then it takes a while, a few weeks, to maybe get back on track, whether that's sleep or whether that's we went on vacation. I know me, every time I go on vacation, of course I indulge. We go, it's all inclusive or whatever. I do a little extra dessert that I wouldn't normally do. I eat a little bit later. I definitely eat a little more carbs. And in the moment, I'm indulging and I'm feeling great in the moment. But if you have a super fast metabolism and your body's used to a certain type of fitness, after a couple of days of doing that, you feel like shit. You feel really crappy. And then even for people like us in the fitness industry, it takes weeks to get back to a normal routine. It takes weeks to get back to feeling at 100% after that. So for people that's super, super fit, if we get thrown off, it takes us weeks to get back on track. For people that you're not in the fitness industry and people that you're leading an average life, if you've been having these bad habits, or you've been indulging, not just on vacation or not just on random occasions, if you've been indulging all your life for years upon years, it's going to take a little more than a few weeks, it's going to take a little more than a few months to get on track and to get your body feeling the way it should feel when everything's firing at 100%, right? When your sleep is on point, when your eating is on point, when your workouts are on point, when everything is on point, that's what your body ideally is supposed to feel like. And once you feel like that, that becomes your new drug, right? that becomes your new drug, because you don't want to lose that feeling. Once you've had that feeling and you feel how amazing you feel with your body at 100%, you're always going to want to do that 100%, and then that becomes the new norm. And your body doesn't even, your mind, your brain, your body doesn't even want to go to the things that you used to indulge on anymore, because you know how shitty you're going to feel after having that stuff. I will say it does become easier once you start seeing your body changing. So if you've made some good decisions at night and you're easing up on the snacking, or you're substituting the snacking with some fruits, or anything that fills that craving, after about 6 weeks, 8 weeks or so, you'll feel your body changing. You'll feel yourself a little bit less bloated. You might actually, if you're combining it with workouts, you're definitely going to see a different look in your body as well. And once you visually start seeing that stuff and you physically feel it in your clothes, that's when it becomes 90% easier, because now that's going to be your new drug. That's going to be your new drug as to, I love the way I feel, I love the way I look. There's nothing that I can go back to. There's nothing that I had in the past that can give me this feeling. All right? With that said, I'll never tell anybody to give up what they're having, to give up their snacks or to give up their desserts altogether. I still have desserts, I still have my snacks, but it's all quantity versus quality of stuff. All right? I'm still gonna have my desserts from time to time, but I'm not gonna have it every night. I'm still gonna have my pasta, I'm still gonna have my pizza, but I'm not gonna have it, every week, It all depends. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to cover with you guys. Ali, I hope I answered some of your questions for you. It was a very, very good question. Thank you for your question. You're not alone. Tons of people struggle with this. A lot of people I know struggle with this. So feel free to reach out in the future if you're having any questions or anything else like that. There's a whole community of people that go through the same thing that you go through. Okay, so just big takeaways one more time. Start at the grocery store, all right? Don't buy as many snacks as you usually would. Maybe start with buying 50% of what you usually buy, and then the other 50% make sure it's fruits, right? And at night when you're snacking, have like maybe 50% of what you've been having, and then the other half of it, make sure it's fruits as well. And then try that for a few weeks, and then cut down to maybe 25% of what you're used to, and then 75% of more of a fruit or natural sugar substitute as well. All right, first things first, if it's not in the house, you won't have it, so just buy less of it. Okay, 2, small changes, baby steps at a time. Baby steps, make little small changes over a period of 6 to 8 weeks, and for a few months as well, for your body to start really accepting this as the new norm, and for your body to stop craving as much as it used to crave in the weeks in the past or the months in the past. All right, baby steps. Just think of it as a long term. All right, this is more of a marathon, not a sprint. All right, it's another big saying we have in fitness as well. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes a while. There is no quick fix to a long-term problem. If you've had a long-term problem or a long-term issue, it'll take some time to do it. The good news is it won't take all your life. It won't take, if you've been having this lifestyle for 10 years, for 5 years, for 20 years, or whatever it might be, it's not going to take that long. It's going to take you at maximum 6 months to a year to really start reversing all of those bad habits. You just have to kind of stick with it, be disciplined, and have some patience with it. And the second you start feeling a difference and you start seeing a difference, it becomes 90% easier. That you're just going to ride that momentum of the new wave of feeling that you have, the new positive feeling that you have, the more energy that you have, you're looking better, you're feeling better. That's going to be your new norm, and that's going to be your new drug moving forward. All right. Time of the day as well. Try maybe have some of your snacks in the beginning of the day, or maybe at lunchtime. Again, I know that's hard to do because we are in our comfort zone at night. But maybe try to give it a shot. Have your cookies or have a little bit of sugar with lunch, or maybe between lunch and dinner you can have some sugar, and it should help you a little bit, and you should feel that energy is shifting. That energy shifting from a negative energy to more of a positive energy when it comes to what's satisfying to your brain. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Love the question again, Ali. Feel free to ask anything else you want to ask in the future. You guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what else you have on your mind. All right. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay fit, and let me know if I can help in any other way. Take care, guys. Miss you guys. Hope to see you all soon. Bye.